I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be...
Hey guys, so I am officially done with 75 soft, so woohoo, party time. I didn't have champagne, so I just opened a Diet Pepsi. So I just wanted to kind of go over how it went, like my results and everything, and just kind of talk about how the challenge went. So when I first started the challenge and I made the initial first video, I think I wasn't even sure if I was going to end up posting any of it or not, because I kind of was expecting that I might give up after like 2 weeks, but I didn't actually end up giving up. So I did finish the whole challenge. I ended up adding 2 days onto the end though, because I had 2 days right in the middle of the challenge and I couldn't really like work out or anything for just those 2 days. So I tacked on 2 days at the end of the challenge. So just because it made me feel like I actually did the full 75 days. So I think first, to kind of get started, I'll just kind of go over the rules that I had set for myself for this challenge, and then I'll sort of talk about some of the meals that I ate. I'll talk about the workouts that I did, and just kind of talk about all the aspects of the challenge. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for the rest of the video, and I will show my result pictures at the end. So stay tuned for that. So this was my roll page that I made on the first day. For the healthy diet part, I didn't actually write everything down for that. I set like a calorie limit for that. So my calorie limit was 1,500 calories a day, but sometimes it might have been slightly over. Sometimes it was 1,600. Sometimes it ended up being at like 1,300. It just depended on the day, really. And I was aiming for a high protein diet, but I didn't have like a certain amount or anything for that. And just, I also focused on making sure to eat like a fruit or vegetable with every meal. And I feel like with those, I felt like I've been eating really, really well. So it didn't feel really hard at all to do the diet aspect. So that part was surprisingly easy. And actually one of the things that I ended up doing that I think helped me a lot was that I just ended up eating like the same stuff every single day. Like if you go back and look at those videos, we ate taco bowls like almost half of the days in the challenge because we're like obsessed with those right now. But I have like the same thing for lunch every single day. I do sometimes switch up my breakfast, but for the most time during the challenge, I was just eating like my same breakfast every day, so I think that really helped a lot. The second rule was that you have to work out for 45 minutes every single day, and it has to be like a 45-minute long consecutive workout. So I will say the 45 minutes was kind of annoying because sometimes that is hard to fit into the day, but I made it happen by sometimes just doing like a yoga workout at night if I hadn't had time to do anything during the day. So I did start incorporating yoga on Sundays, which I actually really enjoy doing. I think I want to keep up on doing yoga because it is so good for you. It made me feel so good. And I did end up doing a lot of walks near the end of the challenge because obviously you need rest days. You're going to be sore from working out, so you're not doing like weighted workouts every single day. So I did walk a lot. The third rule is that you have to drink 3 liters of water every day. I think this was honestly the hardest thing for me, was because before I started the challenge, I was not getting like any water, maybe 20 to 40 ounces a day. So not nearly enough. I was probably extremely dehydrated, and then but I think for like the first month of the challenge, I was just constantly in the bathroom, going to the bathroom from drinking so much water. It was really annoying. And then eventually my body got used to it, and now I'm finding that I'm wanting to drink about 60 to 70 ounces of water, just willingly without having to force myself to drink it, but I am still aiming to get 3 liters. So I do really want to keep up on doing that. I know it's important. All right, and then the fourth rule for this challenge is that you have to read at least 10 pages of a book every day. I was reading like 20 pages of a book sometimes for this one. I really enjoyed having this on the rules because it made it like, I really love reading. I'm a binge reader, so once I pick up a book that I find that I really like, I do not want to put it down for anything. And so I started the Lord of the Rings trilogy during this, and I'm currently on the second one. But I was able to I finished 3 or 4 books. I can't remember exactly how many. It was at least 3. I can't remember if it was 4. I feel like it was 4. I'm gonna have to go back and look. So yeah, I really liked having reading like on my to-do list of things that I had to do for the day, because I often think of it as something that's like, oh, it'd be nice if I can get to it if I have time, but on busy days I'm just not making time for it. But it's really important, and I feel like if I can force myself to take time out of the day for it, I'm generally feeling better mentally when I'm reading books, because I'm a big like fiction reader. I love like fantasy books. I don't know, I guess it just makes me feel happier. I don't really even know how to explain it, but I'm going to continue to try to keep that on my daily list of to-dos. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. And I do have one more rule that I had for this challenge, but it's not actually part of the challenge. This was just kind of like my own rule. But I was aiming for 10,000 steps a day. And the rule was I had to be at least 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. And I did that every single day. So, because I find that like, I don't feel like you necessarily have to walk 10,000 steps every single day. And if you don't hit 10,000, it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like 8,000 is more than enough if you're not walking already. Even just if you're going from like 1,000 steps a day and you go up to like 5,000, that's still a huge improvement. So I just wanted to set that for myself though, because I just wanted a little bit of an extra challenge. So that was my rules, and then I wanted to go over kind of some of the meals and the workouts that I did. So for meals, a lot of the time for my breakfast, I was making protein oatmeal, which is just an instant packet of oatmeal, a scuba protein powder, and then some of the powdered peanut butter powder, whatever. And that is a really good breakfast. Sometimes I did do like omelets, because eggs will keep you full and they're really low calorie. I do love having yogurt parfaits, but I also am sensitive to dairy, so I can't really eat those as much as I would like. But I would have yogurt parfaits almost every day if I didn't have that issue. For lunches, I only have one thing written down for this because I only ever eat the same lunch right now. It's just some lunch meat, a slice of cheese, 1 serving of pretzels, and then I like to have either carrots or grapes with it. Usually it just depends on what I'm in the mood for. If I have something I can dip my carrots in, I do like carrots, but if there's nothing to dip it in, then I won't eat them. So for dinners, a lot of times we like switch it up. We do a lot of family style dinners, like casseroles and soups, and like I make shepherd's pie a lot and chicken pot pie and, you know, stuff like that, like old fashioned type of like family style meals. And so those are perfectly fine to eat. You can just make them lower calorie, I'm learning, by just not eating as much. And then a lot of times for desserts, I was eating those Aldi ice cream bars, because for one of those it was just, I think, like 125 calories. So those were really a really good dessert. I think in the beginning of the challenge I was eating those Clio yogurt bars, but those are actually really high calorie for how small they are, so I stopped buying those because I thought they were kind of pointless. Because I would eat one and then I would just want another one. I didn't actually feel like they did anything for me. But I've also been baking a lot. I baked a lot in the last bit of the challenge, and I was able to still continue losing weight while eating things like cookies and cakes and I just wasn't eating as much of it as I was before. And then if I did want snacks at all, I did sometimes have those edamame beans, those like dried edamame beans. Those are a really good snack. But I think typically I'm just not a snacker. I would rather just be hungry for my meals. And then sometimes I do like to have some like grapes or pretzels late at night if like I'm hungry before bed, but generally I'm trying not to eat too close to bedtime because then I get like really, really bad heartburn while I'm sleeping. All right, so now I'm gonna quickly go over what I did for workouts. I have been doing Grow with Jo workouts since December of 2024, which is actually when I first started my weight loss journey this year. So I've been doing her workouts for almost a year now, which is crazy. I love her workouts. She has tons and tons of videos, and she shares like awesome tips on her channel. If you guys have never visited her channel, you should check her out. I'll link a video or something of hers down in the bottom so that you can just click on it. But yeah, she has awesome workout videos. I obviously did treadmill walking quite a bit. I think that was in quite a few of my videos. I really like doing like the dance workouts, and I'm learning to love doing weight training. I always used to hate it, but I'm slowly learning to love it because I love the way it makes me feel. For the first time in my life, I actually feel a little bit strong. It just makes me feel more confident, you know? In terms of my yoga workouts, I really only did 2 channels for that. I did some of the Charlie's Follows videos, and I also did Daily Delve, and I'll link those down below as well if anybody is interested in those. They both have great videos on their channels. And I think that's mostly it for workouts. I did find one other channel in like the last week of my challenge, and she also has great walking workouts. I can't remember the name right now, but I will link that one down below as well. Right, I think the last thing I'm going to talk about is just how I'm doing a month later. I finished the challenge on September 21st, the day before Bilbo's birthday, and it is now October 16th today, so it's been almost a month. And I just wanted to kind of go over how I'm doing, if I've gained any weight back, and I haven't, and I still need to go over how much I lost total. So, drum roll. I lost a total of 27 pounds in this challenge. So it's 47 pounds and I'm down total for the whole year. But yeah, just from the challenge, just from that 77 days, I'm down 27 pounds. I've gained muscle. I've gained confidence. I can fit into my jeans again. I'm drinking more water and working out every day. And it doesn't always have to be a 45-minute workout. Sometimes it can just be a 15-minute dance workout. Sometimes it can just be a 20-minute yoga stretching workout. You know, I'm finding that a lot of those habits that I made during the challenge are sticking because I stuck with them long enough that I'm now enjoying doing them. And so for my ending results, I have some pictures to share with you guys, so I will insert those now.
So in this first set of pictures, the picture on the left is from the start of the challenge, and the picture on the right is from the end of the challenge. These next 2 sets of pictures show the 47 pounds that I lost over this past year. So the one on the left is from December 2024 last year, and the one on the right are from September of this year.
I think that is all I have to say about this challenge for now. I'm finding that I am actually a very competitive person, and I really enjoy challenges like this. So I would love to do another one like this eventually. So let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Visit my channel for more videos like this, as well as cooking and baking videos. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.
But all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays. Way back a year